Yeah, I'm here right now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, yes, I just made it. Jeez. Hey, you guys want to see some cool stuff? Jump in this thing and see what it'll do. Morning pizza. Well, you saw the trailer on the truck. That means we're headed somewhere to pick something up. So, I am headed up to Utah. This is a car that I bought, shoot, gotta be going 5 years ago now. I dumped it off at my buddy's property because I picked up an El Camino that he had. So I just left it there. So I'm gonna go get it. If you are a long time follower of the channel, you've seen this car before and you saw what happened to it when we first tried to revive it, or not revive it, pull it out of the junkyard. The car has not gotten any better condition, and there is still nothing below the rockers on this car, so it's going to be a feat to try and get it on the trailer because my buddy's tractor is disabled. So now when I get up there, which is going to take about 5 hours, we got to figure out how to load this thing up. And I'll probably show you guys a little tour around some of the cars that I find interesting at his property. He's got like 1,000 cars there. There's some cool shit there. There's some boring shit there. But you know what? It's still cool. So I will see you in a little while. I've got to get some gas, some coffee, and a donut. So, peace out in the time being. Denver. It has a really badass side road. Actually, you know, you can barely make it out, but on the side of that mountain is a dirt road, and that dirt road is like, I want to say 40 miles long, and it goes through tunnels and real pretty scenery, and it's cool. I always want to do that drive. It runs along a creek. Oh, there's a side-by-side on it right now. One day, I'm gonna like do the General Lee or the Vanishing Point Challenger or something down that road. That'd be fun. Still on my way. I am at Salina Creek, Utah. No services. you are a long-time follower of this channel, you know this car. This car was actually kind of funny. When we were dragging it out of the junkyard up in North Dakota, the tow truck that was dragging it out, the front clip ripped off and the car ran over its own drivetrain and ripped the floor out of it. Oh shit. Well, there wasn't much of a floor to begin with. That's why it ripped the floor out of it. So we left the front clip there, and then everything that fell out of the bottom of the car, we pretty much just left that there too, because it was all in the mud. But then I stumbled upon a donor 68 Charger front clip. This is 68 Charger, still has the rally dash in it. You know, it actually has some pretty decent metal to it. So this would be a good donor front clip AC car. This, I don't know if it was AC. Oh yeah, no, it was AC. This was an AC car too. So you could literally just cut the whole front of this off and use that donor rear clip, or use that donor front clip. Look at this, I even got a wall hanger. We got a whole nother 68 Charger. Tetanus. Let go of me. There we go. A whole nother 68 Charger tail panel that will be cool wall art. We have a pretty boogered up Charger trunk lid. That is also can be used for metal. I wouldn't actually use that because it's pretty beat up, but the metal we can use. See? 68 Charger. Now, a lot of you guys are probably looking at this saying like, oh, that's junk, that's scrapper food. You would in fact be wrong, dead wrong. Any Charger that still has the top part, the roof structure, the cowl, I mean, granted, there is pretty much no rocker. You can see that, the rockers are gone. And all the interior pieces are just kind of, look, the shifter's laying over there on the ground. Look, that dash harness looks like it might be, you know, have to pull that out. But the whole top half of this car is usable. You could take any two-door B-body platform, Coronet, Satellite, Roadrunner, GTX, even a first-gen Charger. You can cut the whole top half of this car off. And then you can plop it onto that platform because it's the same platform. So that's just one way, cheaper way you can restore a Charger like this. So this is in fact not scrapper food. This is still restorable. Or we just turn it into a race car. I don't know, I'm kind of liking that idea too. Racing car, I'm in like total race car mode now. But we've got to go ahead and try and get this thing loaded up. Somehow get it on my trailer. My buddy's backhoe is inoperable, and that's kind of what I was hoping to use to load this thing up, but since it is no more. Ooh, look, I just saw this. It has one of the quarter extensions. That's a bonus. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to load this thing up. So I'm thunking. Get in this thing NASCAR style, trying to see what I don't want to lose when we move it. So I think we're actually going to load this thing up in my buddy's flatbed and then take it to his shop, where we can then use the backhoe to lift it up and drop it on my trailer. Just trying to figure out what is all going to fall out of it that I don't want to fall out of it. But it seems like a lot of it can leave because it don't even belong to this car. Yes, this is the dirt. Man, that floor hole buckled up when it ran over the drivetrain. I guess you could call this car slammed because it is all, rockers are in the dirt. Well, it seems like there's not a whole lot I care about that's going to fall out of it. I think we can go ahead and just get out. Ooh. I could use that. That one, not so much. It's just amazing how everything just returns to the earth. Ooh. In case you didn't know this. Well, I have the 68 Charger shifter handle, and it still has the 68 reverse light switch. Very uneventful, I know. Time to get out. We're going to load this thing up because there's not a whole lot in here worth saving.
Nobody cares, baby, nobody still hanging by the door. I sit in that seat sometimes where I can still smell your cologne in Copenhagen. Feels like if I turn the key, maybe you'll walk out the woods again. But you don't. His truck still sits there, rust on the rims, grass grown high where the tires been. Used to ride shotgun on them cold fall nights. He'd pass me the light and say, hold it right. 2 rifles, 1 cooler, a bun built strong. Didn't say much, but the silence was long. He taught me how to aim, taught me how to be still. Now I'm aimless as hell, just trying to not feel. Sometimes I started just to hear it breathe, but the engine don't roar, it just grieves with me. I grip that wheel like I'm holding his hand, but that empty seat breaks me again. His truck still sits there like a damn headstone. I ride, I cry, but it don't bring him home. Wore his old camel just to smell him again. His flask still tucked in the glove with a pin. Last note he wrote said, gone hunting, be back soon. But God took him early one cold afternoon. Mama says sell it, says it's just metal now, but that truck's got a soul, I won't let it down. I still wax the hood, still sweep out the bed like I'm cleaning up for a ghost that ain't dead. Sometimes I started just to hear it breathe, but the engine don't roar, it just grieves with me. I grip that wheel like I'm holding his hand, but that empty seat breaks me again. Yeah, his truck still sits there like a damn headstone. I ride, I cry, but it don't bring him home. A son without a father is a storm with no sky. Trying to drive through the hurt with no tears left to cry. I light up in a cab, let the smoke kiss the glass, like we're sharing one more trip through the past. One day I'll ride it up to heaven's edge, put it in park by the riverbed, and we'll hunt again, just like way back when. But till then, his truck still sits there. And I still sit in it. And I still sit in it.
Are you a first gen Charger guy? I'm a second gen Charger guy, but as I've gotten older, I've started to come to like the first gens a little bit. The body lines are really cool. I mean, just look at the body lines on the back right here. I used to think that was ugly, but you start to appreciate the style and the uniqueness of these cars, as everything nowadays just turns into ugly bubbles. So I've actually started to come to like these things. I don't know. The way I look at first gens is they were a stepping stone to the most beautiful body style of all, the second gen Chargers. But I will give them credit. There's a lot of unique things that are pretty stylish on the car. I can't quite really dig the fastback, but as I'm getting older, I'm actually starting to kind of like it. I'm not quite to the point where I like gotta have one, but if one fell in my lap, I would appreciate it. And the interiors I actually do like. You know, the gauge clusters with that incandescent, I think they call it, where it was like illuminated. It was actually like a really expensive gauge cluster, and that's why Chrysler dropped it. But you had bucket seats front and rear with a console. Lots of intricate styling went into these cars. And if you notice, from first gen to second gen to third gen, they just found ways to make the cars cheaper. Less stainless, less metal, more plastic. So yes, the first gens built super heavy duty and lots of stainless trim and super stylish. Just, I don't know, it was almost kind of like a futuristic looking Charger. But I don't know, maybe one day. Maybe that one. I'm just kind of walking around the yard before I leave, just scoping out all the cool stuff. I always like coming out and walking around in here. It's always like, ooh, man, I want one of those. Ooh, I want one of those. Ooh, I want one of those. But then, you know, as you get older, it's like, where the hell am I going to put that? Where the hell am I going to put that? Hell, I have like, I'm like 10 deep project cars, and I haven't touched the 9th one yet. So, I don't know. Of course, I want these two. I'm a 2nd gen Charger guy. But these ones are going to sit for a minute. Eventually, they'll be available. Actually, I just like this one. This one's white with a red interior. It's just a 318 car, but it's really rough. I mean, I've done videos on this car before, but it needs a lot of work. It is definitely a cream puff. Wrecked in the front, needs pretty much everything in the back, roof skin, tail panel. It needs a lot. And I still want a 70 Challenger. I want to do a vanishing point car. I want a Kowalski car. I want to thrash it and drive it like they did in the movie. I think the elevation, or the altitude, is starting to catch up to me. It's much higher elevation here than it is in Las Vegas. I was trying to buy this one too. 70 Challenger, nothing special car, 318, bare bones edition, and it's been butt plugged. So that one needs a ton of work as well. And then we have lots of ugliness. Like K cars, I don't understand the guys that like K cars. Just why? Ugly. There's so much cooler cars you guys could put your interest into, but you know what? Everyone's different. If we weren't all different, we would all have the exact same thing. I'm just glad I'm on the better end of it. I actually used to have a couple of those. Stereon, turbo, 5 speeds. They're fun little cars. But then I grew up and got Chargers. This is a car I actually wanted to get and challenge Dalton at Pole Barn Garage with a GTO against his Holy Goat GTO, but I was going to improve this one and put a big block Mopar in it and kick his ass. But I don't know. It's still a maybe, but it's a pretty rough 68 GTO. Nowhere near as rough as Dalton's, but I just can't put a bunch of money into a car that I don't really want to keep. I would really love to have a 69 GTO Judge or a 70 GTO Judge. But that one, I don't know, that one's pretty boogered. And also we have the 73 Roadrunner. I believe this is a 73. Look, it still has the bubble hood on it. No one's even stole that yet. See, like something like this, you could turn it into a Daisy Duke car. But as for restoring one of these, oof. Way too much monies. Yeah, I think I'll have to pass on that one too. Again, they're cool cars. I would like to have them, but do I need them? No. It would literally take a couple days to really go through this yard and look at everything. And I only have so much time left. The sun is going to be setting here in a little bit, and I still have to drive back to Vegas and be back by, at least midnight or 1 a.m.s. But I'm just trying to find a Torino. I need a 69 Torino grill, and he said there might be one here. So I'm on the hunt. Oh, there's another Duster. Or Dart Sport, one or the other. I mean, just think about all the rare stuff that people could be looking for that would be around here. I mean, I'm looking for a simple grill, but there might be somebody looking for something for an Omni, or hell, a three-wheeler, some old first-gen Hemi engine stuff. There's like piles of it, just all kinds of things. Ooh. I see another duster. There's just stuff everywhere, including go-karts and lawnmowers. See, of all the times I've been here, hey, there's a small block Mopar. Nothing I need. Of all the times I've been here, I haven't been this far into the yard. A lot of Chrysler 4-doors and Dodge 4-doors, which is too many doors. You got Corvairs. So there's like a little bit of everything, including the doghouse in the back of somebody's truck. Aha! I did see a 70 Duster. 70 or 71. Oof! That is a screwed up Duster. Standard Duster. Slant 6 parts car. Do not need that. Got some Mavericks. I have no idea what the heck that little red thing is. It's got my attention though. Let's go scope it out. A Triumph. And the dirt is really soft in here. Start heading back out. Just think of all the parts. Like, my buddy should really start unloading some of this stuff. Ha! Got the sheriff's car. Police car right there. Darto. Smooshed it up. Kind of reminds me of Uncle Jesse's truck. Shoot, here's a 69 Sport Satellite with bucket seats. Oh, we have a 4-door Cornet. And a 70 Challenger. Ooh, this is a RT SE 383 car. Still has the plug in it. Plus, look at the psychedelic paint job it used to have. See, this is a fiberglass plug, which is totally ridiculous. Like, it limits your rear view vision. It's like, hey, we need something to set aside or to differentiate a normal Challenger versus a SE. So let's make the window about as unusable as possible and minimize it with a fiberglass plug. Dumb. Pretty much been pillaged. Tell you what though, you can take a 4-door B-body platform, cut the top off, and put a really rusty Charger platform on top of that. and you will then have a whole charger. It's the same platform. The only difference is the inner wheelhouse and the rear seat pan, but that can be changed. I think that one looks complete. The Sport Satellite, however, this thing is not, let's check it out. Oh, wow. Oh, no, it's crusty. I wonder what is under the hood. Since it's a Sport Satellite, it might have a 383, but it's also crunched up. Oh, this might not open. Well, the hood will not open, but from what I can tell, it is a 383 two-barrel because the radiator's missing, so I can see right to the two-barrel. Interesting. Might have to take a picture of that one. Click. Doesn't that just look cool? It kind of looks like the old school like performance Dodge decal, but no, that's just different layers of tailgate paint peeling off, and it just gives it like a cool patina Dodge lettering. Lots of neat stuff. I'm hungry. Food. My tummy's going gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Or grrr. Then we get into all this plastic garbage. I would run away from the plastic garbage, but I don't feel like it. Ooh, I do see a 69 Roadrunner ahead of me though. Let's go walk towards that. Oh, two. Not bad, not bad. It's a post car. This might be a Satellite, not a Roadrunner. Oh no, it's a Roadrunner. RM21. That's right. Yeah, well, duh. It says Roadrunner right on it. But it's a bench seat, column shift automatic. Come on, there we go. As you see some of these rusty cars, just think of all the rust-free, like Nevada, California, Arizona cars that went to the scrapper just for metal value. Back in the 70s and 80s and even up to the early 90s. Ooh, this is a 383 car. Another post car, RM21s. Got some big block cylinder heads, pistons, intake manifold. Bench seat. This is a column shift automatic. Yeah, it is. Column shift automatic. Duh, because it's a bench seat. This is a little crusty. Seen that fender over there. Little dented, little crusty. 68. So are you a 68 Roadrunner guy or a 69 Roadrunner guy? So, of all the things you have seen in this yard so far, and I just did a quick run through, what is the one you would want to take home? Show me down in the questions, what is the one you want to take home? I mean, what about a pink Edsel? And this thing is complete two-door pink Edsel. I always thought the ass end of these cars was kind of cool looking. The front end, it's okay, but the ass end, cool. Plus they have a little bit of NASCAR history to them. That's kind of a cool old pick 'em up truck. So, just from what you've seen. Are you a truck guy? Are you a muscle car guy? Are you just a daily driver classic car guy? Are you a 40s car guy? A 50s car guy? Or you want to drive around in something from the 30s? See, we got some 50s and 40s here. We got some four-door Dodges. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get to the truck because food is awaiting for me. Well, it only took like 6 years for the car to make its way from North Dakota to Vegas. Not under its own power, not under its own tires, but it did complete the trip. I had dumped this car off at Clayton's, I don't even know how many years ago, because I dumped it and then picked up a couple El Caminos that I had bought from him. And so I just left this there. I was like, oh, I'll come back and get it later. Well then, I don't know if you know this or not, but they're getting ready to start making a new Fast and Furious movie, and they're looking for chargers. And a buddy of mine hit me up. He's like, hey, what do you want? What are you gonna do with that white car? And he's like, well, the movie company, they need chargers. And so I went up there, I drug it home, and I'm like, well, why do they need a real charger? I mean, it's just gonna be for movies. They could literally just buy the auto metal direct panels, AMD, and just make a charger from scratch. So I don't know why they need a real charger, but money is money, and I could use money for my projects. So I'm gonna do this right now. I'm going to throw this up for sale, and it's going to be like a silent auction. So you can hit me up at heyjunkerup@gmail.com and just shoot me an offer. You know, it's a silent auction, and if you only want this half, let me know. If you want both, let me know. This dash will not come with this one. I need that dash. But that does have the dash with the VIN, and guess what? It's got a clear, clean title in my name. So, if you are looking, and a lot of guys are completely oblivious to values of stuff. I mean, completely oblivious. Like, anybody can just go on Google or eBay or the forums or anything and see what stuff is selling for. Now, I'll get the emails, I'll give you $500, scrap is $250. Yeah. I'm just not even gonna respond to those guys. But I'm just, you know, if you want to have a donor body for, say, a race car, which is what I was gonna do with this. I was gonna take this body and I was gonna put it on top of my Ford NASCAR, because I didn't really give a crap what the engine was under the hood. But since I have that Ford Torino, now I can do Ford swap properly and have a Ford NASCAR engine. So this body here, I don't need to do that with it anymore. And so it's either going to be a Fast and Furious car, which you'll see probably jump off a cliff through a ravine, or, you know, maybe they'll put rocket boosters on, send it to the moon this time. Who knows with Fast and Furious? This stuff has gotten ridiculous. But yeah, heyjunkerup@gmail, and just, you know, this would be a good body swap, because, hear me out, the top half of this car is really good. Like, the roof is good, the cowl is good, the door jamb, I mean, the tops of the quarters, all, you know, you could use this for a body swap car, because all you need is the top half and a VIN tag and a title. And guess what? It's got all that. Now, if you were going to restore this car, let me talk some sense into you. No, don't do that. You can find a better one that if you want to restore. But if you did want to restore this car, there are alternatives to restore this cheaper. So you take the top half of the Charger, and then you take the bottom half of a 4-door Coronet Satellite, or the bottom half of a Satellite 2-door Coronet, whatever, and you mate the two together, because they are exactly the same. 4 doors are a little different, but they will interchange. And if it's a Plymouth, you have to change the leaf spring position. It's not a big deal. I think it's actually just the leaf spring bracket or the hanger. But you can restore these easily by taking a good top half, a good bottom half, mating the two together, and presto, boomo, wazzo, bam blamo, you have a car again. Or a race car, or we just watch it on TV with rocket boosters and wings and let it fly to space. Because that is probably the dumbest idea I can think that Fast and Furious would do, so they'll probably do it. Alrighty guys, I've got things to do and food to eat and places to go. Thanks for watching, and I will holler at you guys later. And by the way, Minty did amazing. I keep forgetting to give that truck credit. It's just like always there and always working, so you don't really like, I don't know, you keep forgetting to give it the appreciation it deserves.